a part of clause which is called adjective clause. So, you know, we have mentioned in the past in another, videos and also another lessons about clause. As you know, clause means a group of words which has subject and predicate in form part of sentences, doesn't have any complete meaning. This is one complete definition from clause. If this definition is a little long, you have to know a part of sentence completes the, meaning of sentences. Form part of a sentence. This is called, clause. We have many kinds of clauses. Mainly we have divided the clause into two parts. Which parts? Two parts. Dependent clause, independent clause. So dependent clause means it depends into another thing. It depends. Dependent means there is necessity of having, some other extra information. Independent clause means there is no need. It means only it can keep sent alone. This is the definition of, independent clause. We have mentioned about this one. Now, for today we are going to study about a kind of dependent clause. As you know, we have three kinds of, dependent clauses. One is noun clause, the next one is adjective clause, the next one is adverb clause. Today we are going to talk about adjective clause. What is adjective clause? So I have written here adjective clause. Before understanding what is adjective clause, there is need of understanding what can be adjective, and the next one is what can be adjective phrase. See, when we discuss about adjective, adjective means modifying a noun. When you have modified a noun, when you have given information about one noun, when you have described about the quality of a noun, that's called, adjective. For example, bad, good, tall, short, black, yellow, all words are called, adjectives. You know that one. Adjective phrase means also a group of words. First, you have to know what is phrase. Phrase means group of words which functions as a group of words which functions as part of the sentences and also functions as parts of speech, but by group, not lonely. It means a group of words, not just one word. One word cannot be phrase. One word is called word. It means group of letters are called word. If there was many words, that's called phrase. The difference between phrase and clause is clause has subject and predicate, but phrase doesn't have. How? For example, when we say look for, see, look for is just one phrase, not adjective. But it is group of words. It means look is one word, for is the next word. When we say that, see, that he looks for. That he looks for. It means there is one, subordinators or, that who which. It means relative clause. After that we have, subject. Then we have predicate. It means such sentence or such words are called, clause. Clause, phrase, and adjective. I have told you about adjectives. Mean tall, short, all the words can be adjectives. Basically, it means if we have given a quality or quantity of something. So the main focus is here. What should we understand from today's lesson? That one is understanding what is adjective clause. I believe that you know about adjective and also adjective phrases. Is it okay? So what is adjective clause? When we have discussed about adjective clause, first we have to know clause. I have told you about clause, a part of sentence. Also this one is a part of sentence. But what differences do we have between adjective clause and also another parts of clause and also the definition of clause? When we have discussed about adjective clause, the meaning of adjective clause means a group of words which has subject and predicate, form part of sentence, and as well as it focuses it in functions as what? As adjective. Always. That's a long word. It means long, phrase, long, words, group of words. It means the same way the sentences. But the difference between sentence and clause is sentence has complete meaning, but the adjective doesn't have any complete meaning. In short, if I say in conclusion, if I say about the definition of adjective clause, when someone asks us what is adjective clause, we have to say adjective clause means group of words which has subject and predicate, form part of the sentences, and functions as one big adjective. And in the screen, if you see, here is written the definition of adjective clause, as I mentioned in the past. Again, I want to read you this one. An adjective clause is a dependent clause that functions as an adjective to describe identity or give more information about the antecedent. Okay, it means it gives about antecedent. Antecedent means it means nouns, it means pronouns, it means the things that is possible to describe. That's describable words. It's called antecedent. So here is written something which precedes noun phrase refers to by personal pronouns. Okay, these are all can be antecedents. So let's study the next lesson about adjective clause. Adjective clause markers. What the adjective clause markers means? It means how to recognize adjective clause. Do you know the meaning marker? It means pointer. How to understand this clause is called adjective clause according sight, according appearance. There is written the most common adjective clause markers are the relative pronouns and relative adverbs. Do you know about relative pronouns and relative adverbs? Relative pronouns means those words, those WH words that connects two sentences. One dependent, one independent. That's called relative clause. And also relative adverbs. The next one is relative pronouns. Relative pronouns means we use in place of a noun. See, in place of a noun, and also join two sentences. You have to know, we have 9 or 10 kinds of pronouns. One kind of pronoun is called relative pronouns. Relative pronouns means are those WH words, we use that for joining two sentences as well using in place of a noun. For example, I believe that can come on day. See, I believe that can come on day, and there, pronoun is not clear. It means doer of action is not clear. Who can come? I believe that can come. It means that is used in place of a noun. When we said I believe that he can come on time, is it okay? It means on that time we use he, but here we do not use any he. Then inshallah we discuss about that one. That's a little separate lesson. See, who, whom. It means for people we use whose for people, which for thing, that for people, where for place, when for time, why for reason. These are the words that we use, that we say adjective clause markers. If these words are used at the beginning of one clause, we call that adjective clause. Is it okay? If someone asks us how to recognize adjective clause, and noun clause, you have studied the markers of noun clause, what are them? Is it okay if whether or that or WH word like this? But here, just these words. It means these WH words, these words that shows adjective clause. It means it's used for modifying a noun, not describing something, not using in place of something like this. So, if we go ahead, for example, for who or whom, see, Sharif's only uncle who was rich. Sharif's only uncle who was very rich passed away. See, we are modifying the uncle of Sharif. Do you see? We are modifying the uncle of Sharif. Sharif's rich uncle passed away. It's possible to say. See, let's make some examples here. For example, there is written Sharif's, what's written? Only uncle who was very rich passed away. See, this is adjective. Why we call this adjective? According to clause, if we discuss, it has WH word, it has verb, it has predicate. All the things it existed. Is it okay? Also, who is used as subject, verb and complement there is, or subject and predicate there is. But how to recognize this one as adjective? See, how to know this one is adjective? Is it possible to change this one into adjective phrase? Is it possible to change this one into adjective? How? See, we can say Sharif's only uncle so rich, see, was so rich passed away. Have you seen the sentences? Sharif's only uncle was too rich, passed away. See, this is one phrase, not, clause. Do you accept this one? This is, phrase. It means group of words, but there is no any doer of action, there is no any WH words. In this case, we cannot accept this one is, clause. So if we change this one into adjective, what do we say? We say, Sharif's only very rich or rich uncle passed away. See, their rich is adjective, modifying uncle. They are also modifying uncle. They are also modifying uncle. But is it okay? Like this, Khalil, whom we saw at the party, was handsome. See, we are modifying Khalil. Where did you see? Okay. The next is on with which. Okay, sorry. The watch which I lost was not valuable. The watch which I lost was not valuable. It means we are modifying my watch. What did I do my watch? The watch that was very good was not valuable. The watch which my father has given me, or the watch that I have found was not valuable. Like this we can use. It means we are modifying our watch. How was our watch? Is it okay? This is called one clause. The next one is the flower which I smelled was fragrant. See, this is also, adjective clause. We are, describing our flower. Also by that we can use Sharif's only uncle that was very rich. Previously you have discussed about this. See, the man whose car broke down needs a car. The man whose car broke down needs a car. Is it clear for you? It means also we are modifying the man. You have to know the differences between adjective clause, noun clause, adverb clause. Do you see? When we discuss about adjective clause, you have to know we are modifying a noun, and a noun. Is it easy? We are modifying a noun, not something else. But we say, when we talk about adverb clause, we are modifying adjective, verb, and other adverbs. When we discuss about noun, we are naming something. We give name for something. Is it okay? In a long name, when you have given in something, that's called noun clause. You have discussed a lot about that one. So, also with where, it's possible. Is it okay? Let's pass away a little. Pass on. Not, waiting. So, with why also it's possible. Yeah, adjective clause give reason why. To give reason and answer why, you can use for which or that to begin the adjective clause, not why. The reason for which the Islamic countries don't unite is high ambition. Yeah, the red line can be adjective clause. So, modifying antecedent. Before I have told you what can be antecedent. Is it okay? Before in definition we have said what is antecedent. Is it okay? So here it's written, the dog that I found was clearly Jawad's pet. Have you seen what's antecedent? See, antecedent is a noun or pronoun that's referred. How